Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared podcast. I'm your host, Austin Creed, and today we're talking about a little more of a controversial topic today. And by the title of the show, you already know what we're talking about. We're talking about why men should rule. More accurately, why men should be in charge. Not because necessarily the reason you expect. You know, I hear this type of argument all the time on the internet, but it mainly comes from a point of view of men who feel inadequate and they want to compensate or they want to explain, and then while they're explaining and they're usually making decent points, the argument then veers totally out in the left field with, "Oh no, how dare you make me feel bad," and then people start getting in their feelings, and then it devolves into a I feel conversation instead of I think this, I believe that, and then all of a sudden it's totally devolved and it's flown off the rails. So today, while I'm laying out this argument, I would implore you to keep an open mind, because I don't come from a place of women need to yield and the men need to rise again. No. We're not talking about that. What I'm talking about is we're going to lay out why it is that men have typically been on top of society, and it has nothing to do with them being men and everything to do with how the society operates. Because if it didn't play out the way we're going to explore today, then it would look differently. And some societies try this, and not a lot of them make it work. The reason is multiple, actually. It's not just one singular reason, but if I had to bring it down to one over all other avenues, one definition as to why men should be in charge, it's this: because women want a man who is greater than or equal to them. You ever remember an old algebra class, maybe you learned in high school, middle school, college, if you were really behind the curve, or a math major? There's this greater than or equal to sign. X is greater than or equal to 0 or 1 or Y or whatever, right? Well, that's what we're looking at today, is women want men who are greater than or equal to them. Now, back in the past, that was pretty easy because most women were treated like garbage, and I'm not going to get into the morality conversation, but it was a lot easier back in the day because most women didn't hold property, and most women were very subjugated and not treated very well, which was very unfortunate. However, today, considering that now women have oftentimes very high-paying jobs, hypergamy is just a fancy term for mating selection and the way that humans reproduce and choose their mates. Like every other animal on the planet, men and women that are humans go through mating cycles, have mating rituals, and all these things, just like peacocks do, just like ants do, just like bees do. Birds, bees, ants, every animal on the planet does this. And we're going to explore why I make the assertion that I assert. And it's not just because I want women to submit to men, blah, blah, blah. First of all, historically, it's not been men who have put women in their place, so to speak, like the lot of modern day stupid boneheads I find on the internet today. In fact, it was the women who kept the women in a certain line, in a certain role, to protect themselves and their family, unlike today where we see it not so much. We just see the divorce and the lawyers get involved. But so there's this thing that's not as popular as it was like a year ago, this whole idea of what do women bring to the table. You ever heard this conversation before of, oh, what do I bring to the table? Like that kind of dumb, in my opinion, stupid conversation. Well, we're going to look at that because, first of all, I'm not a huge fan of this idea. First of all, I don't believe that women should really have to bring anything to the table. If you, as a man, are not able to provide for a woman, then you shouldn't have one. That's my opinion. Why do I say that? Because that's what men have done throughout the entirety of human history. Now, I realize that since the 1960s, we've had feminism. I get that. But that does not change the fact that you, as a man, if you want to be the patriarch, you need to act like one. We criticize women for double dipping the system, whether it be child support, alimony, not, and all the feminism and all this stuff. So we need to hold ourselves accountable for when we're trying to double dip the system. We want to be broke, but then we want to date hot chicks. We want to not put in work to ourselves, but then expect women who put work into themselves to come and get us. No, my friends, that's not how it works. That is not how the world has ever operated. And so why the hell should we start it trying to make that work? It doesn't work. But we're going to look at the first clip of the day, and we're going to listen to a woman who talks about why she gets annoyed at men asking, what do women bring to the table? And we're going to explore this, but I want to hear what you have to say and your thoughts about what arguments she brings up. Let's get into it.
Women nowadays are so high maintenance. What do you bring to the table? Oh boy, I have a lot to say on this. Let's go. First of all, women bring emotional support. We're there to provide comfort and a safe space to come home to. We bring compassion, care, and healing. We bring beauty and femininity. Cause don't lie, bro, you also take pride when your girl is a 10. Your ego gets boosted too when all your friends think your girlfriend is hot. Don't lie, bro. We're also there to give you a second opinion, to stop you from doing stupid shit. Cause we have your best interests at heart. And we want to support your goals, your plan, your vision. And on top of that, we bring intimacy, closeness, empathy, understanding, guidance to the freaking table. Cause I've seen y'all men comfort each other. And it is the lamest thing ever. Oh bro, I had a bad day at work. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Take it easy, yeah? Here, have a can of beer. Now, would you prefer that? Or, oh baby, do you want to talk about it? Tell me, what else can I do to make you feel better? If you'd rather be comforted by your bros and a can of beer, then go marry each other. Or better yet, go marry the fucking table. And mind you, women nowadays can afford to pay our own rent and bills. We can buy our own meals. And can still afford to go on shopping sprees to pamper ourselves with cute clothes, makeup products, and beauty treatment. So, if we can already do that for ourselves, I guess the question is, what do you bring to the table? Period. Okay, I love you always. Bye.
Oh, no.
Oh, hell no!
Oh my god!
Well, this is getting weird.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I kind of checked out about halfway through that because it just sounded like a screeching heartbeat yelling at me. All I heard was femininity, and then I proceeded to get lectured, screamed at, lectured, called bro, and all these things. So, we're gonna go back, and I know this might be painful for you, but we're gonna go back again, and we're gonna break this thing down piece by agonizing piece. Hey, shut up. I ain't queued you up yet. Alright, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna revisit this, and I'm gonna break this down. I like to give people their full argument before I break it down to very bite-sized pieces. So here's what we're gonna do. You leave your comments. I'll give you my comments, and we'll see how much you agree or disagree with me. Let's go.
Women nowadays are so high maintenance. What do you bring to the table? Oh boy, I have a lot to say on this. Let's go. First of all, women bring emotional support. We're there to provide comfort and a safe space to come home to.
Let me ask you something, gentlemen. Do you feel safe talking to this woman? If you came home from a really tough day, would you feel comfortable talking to this woman? Real question. I mean, I'm not making any assumptions about her character. Oh, who am I kidding? Actually, I completely am, because it's very apparent to me. So let's say that your boss yelled at you. Let's say you're an entrepreneur, you're having a rough day, you're not getting the interaction you want, you're not getting the connections you want. Things aren't working the way you want. You come home and you deal with this woman. Do you feel like you're in a safe... I hate the word safe space, by the way. Where in the world is it safe to talk about anything? Unless you're going 100% with the liberal communist garbage, nothing is safe. So let's get that out of the way. Second, I would not feel safe talking to this woman. I wouldn't even feel safe living in this woman. She has the I'm about to cut you vibe. I don't want none of that. Second of all, emotional support is an intangible thing that cannot be measured. In other words, it's work that... In other words, when you do something, she's going to think about what you did or didn't do and how you failed to do this and how you should have done that and everything else. And then what she's going to do is she's going to classify that as work because she's thinking about you. In her mind, that's work. And then she's going to think that you owe her something when you sit there and you're like, baby, you haven't done anything. All you've done is sit there and hyperanalyze me like a private investigator. I don't understand. What part of that was actual work? I didn't ask you to do that, but you know what? That's how women operate. Let's keep going.
We bring compassion, care, and healing. We bring beauty and
Look at these crazy eyes. This is healing. This is compassion. Looks like I'm about to get my knife and cut you. What is this? This is femininity. This is femininity.
Oh, hell no!
This screams a lot of things, but femininity is not one of them. Let me tell you that right now. This is not feminine energy. Now, admittedly, a lot of masculine energy is freaking garbage because men get emotional and they shouldn't. Here's the problem. Women want to say that because they feel emotion more violently than do men, which is a debatable topic in and of itself, because they feel things more passionately, they think that they're more emotionally intelligent than are you. The problem is that is not how emotional... What's the right word I want to use here? Emotional interaction does not equal emotional intelligence. Just because you feel more than I do, which is I don't believe that to be true, you just show it more than I do, then that means that you're more intelligent than me. I don't agree with that. And also I don't agree that you have any feminine energy. You look like you're about to cut me, but whatever. Let's keep going.
femininity. Cause don't lie, bro, you also take pride when your girl is a 10. Your ego gets boosted too when all your friends think your girlfriend is hot.
Okay, let me tell you, brother, something right now. Gentlemen, come here. Get it closer, okay? If your friends are big upping you because your girlfriend is hot, not because you built something, not because you do something of value, not because you're just that guy and have proven it over and over again, if your biggest advantage in your friend group is that you have the hottest girlfriend, you're a loser. I'll repeat that in case you missed it. You are a loser if the most important thing to your friends is how hot your girlfriend is. Your friends are losers. You, then, by extension, are a loser. Let me ask you something. Do you think that people go up to Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, what's the other guy's name? Spielberg, whatever his name is, Zuckerberg. And do you think people go up to them and they're like, yo man, your girl thick, your girl hot, bro? No, they don't. They're like, wow, you're Elon Musk. How did you do it, sir? How did you build this giant company? How did you build these electric vehicles? How did you become such an intelligent person? How did you build all this? That's what they ask him. They don't ask him, yo, man, how'd you get such a hot girl? They know how he did, because he's a freaking winner. So if your friends are bragging about how hot your girlfriend is and that raises your social status, you're a loser. Because your social status should already be high. That should just be a supplement. That's like a bro in the gym coming up to you and saying that, yo, bro, you have a nice outfit. Not talking about your muscles. Not talking about how much hard work you put in the gym, but how nice your clothes look, or how nice your hat is, or how cool your protein powder flavor is, or whatever. Again, it's the same principle. If your greatest achievement is bragging about how hot your girlfriend is, you're a loser. So, I'm not sure where she's coming from on that, but let's keep going.
Don't lie, bro. We're also there to give you a second opinion, to stop you from doing stupid shit.
Can I get a raise of hands of who believes that women stop men from doing, in her words, stupid crap? The answer is nobody. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It is part of my job as a man traditionally to protect you from your own bad choices. Yes, that's correct. Let me ask you something, gentlemen. If you have a girlfriend, a wife, a daughter, a grandmother, a mother, how many times in your life have you had to either A, save them, rescue them, help prevent them from making a very stupid choice? How many times have you had to play rescue heroes for her when she does something completely ill thought out, totally spontaneous, and something really, really stupid? And then ladies, how many times have you had to help your man do something like that? The numbers do not favor you, ladies. Now, do you occasionally stop your maybe boyfriend, husband, or whatever from doing something that he wanted to do that you think is stupid? Yes. How many times does your husband have to do I even have to bring up the fact that marriage itself falls in this category? How many times have women as you as a man who listens to this show, have you been married or been in a relationship and your girlfriend comes to you and is like, um, yeah, I'm kind of behind on my rent, or yeah, I'm kind of low on funds this month, or hey, yeah, I have a really high student loan payment. Is there any way you could help me? Gentlemen, how many times have you done that to your girlfriend? You see what I'm getting at here? Do you understand why this argument is stupid? Let's keep going.
Because we have your best interest at heart, and we want to support your goals,
As long as she benefits from it, sure.
your plan, your vision. And on top of that, we bring intimacy, closeness, empathy, understanding, guidance. So
Wait. Did you just say guidance? Did she just say she brings guidance to my life?
Oh, hell no! What?
Ma'am, you can't even guide yourself. That's like the blind leading the blind off a cliff. Why in the world would I ask you for advice? You seem crazy, unhinged, and have no idea what you're doing with your life. And yet, I'm supposed to look to you for guidance? That's like me going to my Uncle Murray and asking him about the stock market, and he's never checked, he doesn't even know what the Dow Jones is. What is this, man? I don't understand. How can people take this seriously for more than 2 seconds is completely beyond me.
the freaking table! Because I've seen y'all men comfort each other, and it is the lamest thing ever. Aw, bro, I had a bad day at work. Aw, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Take it easy, yeah? Here, have a can of beer. Now, would you prefer that? Or, aw, baby, do you want to talk about it? Tell me, what else can I do to make you feel better?
Okay, first of all, women don't really do that. They only do that if they're really attracted to you. Gentlemen, let me ask you something. Ladies, you're probably gonna get offended by this, but don't blame me. It's not my fault. It's just an objective reality. Gentlemen, how many times have you mistakenly told your girlfriend about something that was bothering you or something in confidence, and then they proceeded to use it against you later in an argument or in an embarrassing situation or when they were upset with you? How many times has that happened to you? Hmm? Yeah, that's what I thought. It has happened to you, hasn't it? Of course it has. It's happened to all of us. But yet we're supposed to believe that women are more emotionally intelligent than we are, and yet they use their emotions as a weapon against us when we use our emotions as a shield to protect them. Who do you think has more emotional intelligence? I'll leave that to you.
If you'd rather be comforted by your bros and a can of beer, then go marry each other lah. Or better yet, go marry the fucking table. And mind you, women nowadays can afford to pay our own rent and bills.
Oh, really? Is that why the seeking arrangements, dating websites, and sugar daddy sites are litty right now? Don't ask me how I know that, by the way. But I do my research for education purposes only. You mean to tell me that this... How can anybody believe this? The women are down bad right now. Ever since the bug in 2020, women have been down bad, and all of a sudden, want to be traditional again. All of a sudden, they said, you know what, man? We want to be housewives again. We want to be trad wives. Where was that in 2018? Where was that in 2019 when you were doing the stanky leg and twerking in the club? When the economy's good, all of a sudden marriage doesn't sound that good. It's hot girl summer. Don't try to lock me down. I'm busy. But when winter comes and all of a sudden things get a little tough for you, all of a sudden, hey, you want a relationship? Oh, okay. Well, then go ahead and go pay your rent and bills, and I'll see you in 10 years when you're over 30 and now you want to make a video about why men are garbage and we don't commit to older women because we don't want them.
We can buy our own meals and can still afford to go on shopping sprees to pamper ourselves with cute clothes, makeup products, and beauty treatment. So if we can already do that for ourselves, I guess the question is, what do you bring to the table? Period. Okay, I love you all.
You want to know what I bring to the table? Answer. First of all, I built the fucking table. I mean, well, let's just be real. You don't know how to use power tools. I built the table. So when I come to my table, I set my demands and I say, here's what I'm not going to accept. Here's what I expect. And if you don't want it, you can walk away right now if you want. Go ahead, leave. See if I care. I'll find someone else who will. That's how my table works. Now, women, yes, do they make more? Do they make money? Yes, they do. Do they want to spend their money? No. No, they don't. They don't want to spend their money at all, actually.
Oh, hell no!
No, they don't want to spend their money at all. In fact, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm going a little off script. We'll do it live. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Oh, perfect. Okay, here it is. All right. Here's what I want to show you. Let's look at these statistics of stay-at-home dads versus stay-at-home moms, because women would have you believe that, oh, because having women have more money is good, and they're going to add so much to the economy. Well, to an extent, they are correct. But here's the problem, though. Women are not biologically programmed to provide for men. In fact, they're biologically programmed to find that repulsive. Women are receivers, and men are naturally givers. I mean, just look at the anatomy of the human being as if you don't know what I'm talking about. But let's look at this. Stay-at-home dads versus stay-at-home moms. So, according to the research, fatherhood.org, there are 7% of single dads and 28% of single mothers. In other words, the single mother rate is 4 times higher than that of men. And let me ask you something, ladies and gentlemen of the Sheep Get Sheared podcast. Gentlemen, if you could be a stay-at-home dad and your wife goes out and makes all the money, would you do that? The answer is probably yes. Why? Because that job is easy compared to climbing the corporate ladder and navigating the concrete jungle. If it was so bad, why is it when a man is given the opportunity to be a stay-at-home dad, he jumps on it? Why is that? Can you explain that to me? And ladies, you might be saying, oh, well, these men ain't anything. These men ain't jack. They ain't doing anything. What do men want? If you know everything, smart guy, what is it that men want? I can hear you saying that. But you know what? You're right. You're right. In fact, you're so right that now I'm going to answer that question for you. You want to know what men want? Here's your answer right here.
Ladies, men are not complicated at all. I mean, at all. Men only want about 5 things. If you could provide those 5 things on a constant basis, that man will never leave. Number 1, a man wants gratitude. Number 2, loyalty. I want you to be for me. I want you to ride for me. I want you to always be on my side. I should never look at you and question whose side you on. Sex. Every man loves sex, man. Number 4, understanding. Understanding of the fact that I ain't gonna always get it right. I'm trying to figure it out. I love you enough to try to figure it out. All I ask is grace in that regard. And number 5, attention to detail. Men love attention, bro. It rubs us the wrong way when y'all attention is not on us, bro. Like, don't walk in the crib talking on the phone to your own girls. You ain't greeted your man yet. Like, wrap that call up before you walk in.
So in other words, all you have to do is just be there. That's the answer. All you have to do is just be there and open your legs, basically. Oh, that sounds so difficult. Versus, man, what do you have to do? You have to make 6 figures, be over 6 feet tall, have a 6-inch package and a 6-pack abs and all these things. Ideally, of course. And if you don't have that, she'll stay with you for a little bit because she's not yours. It's just your turn, and she'll find a guy who does have that. But of course, women should be in charge of everything, right? In fact, here's the argument right here. You think I'm making this up? Let's go to this now.
As an extremely independent woman that loves to make her own money, I still think men should pay on the first date, and this is why. This is just my opinion, and you do not have to agree with it. And I'm not talking about long-term because I think long-term it is necessary for both parties to participate in order to create a healthy, long-lasting relationship, which is what me and my boyfriend do. But for me, me, if I'm going on a date with you, I'm getting an idea of who you are as a person to potentially see you as long-term potential or a long-term partner. And as a female, no matter how independent or like boss lady you are, you want this feeling of protection and security. It is this instinctual thing within our heart and being. So when someone wants me to pay for it or split it on that first date, it immediately gives me this sense that I can't let my walls all the way down. And that might not resonate with someone, but as someone that constantly has to operate a lot from my masculine energy, I want to be with someone that can allow my feminine energy to come out. Which I also take responsibility that I have to be the one to also allow myself to do that. But there are certain environments which will make that easier, that being one of them. And just on top of that, I think kind of a rule of thumb is like, you asked her. I think it's fair to say, like, if she asked you, it might be a little bit different. And of course, every situation is different, but I guess that's kind of how I feel, just like baseline.
In other words, I'm independent, but I want to depend on a man. And that's what I just heard. I mean, am I wrong? Is my interpretation flawed? That's what I just heard. I never understood this notion of, oh, I'm a strong, independent woman who doesn't need no man, but I want a man to pay everything. I want a man to pay for my rent. I want a man to pay for my food. I want a man to pay for all my stuff. I want a man to pay for me being alive. I want him to provide for me, but then I want to have my own money over here. No, I don't think so. See, she told exactly what I'm trying to tell you right now, and that's this. Women don't like to give to a man. They like to receive. Women like to be given gifts. They like to be given experiences. They like to be given affection. They like to be given attention. They like to be given validation. They like to be given things. They don't like to give things back. They expect you as a man to give them things, and if they feel like it, they'll give you something back. Intimacy, affection, whatever. If they feel like it, they'll give it back to you. But if they don't feel like it, they still expect you to pay the mortgage. They still expect you to pay for the food. They still expect you to pay for the gas in her car. But if she doesn't feel like giving you anything in return, so what? She doesn't owe you anything. Now, you owe her something because you're a man, but because she's a woman, no. She doesn't owe you anything. You see the problem here? You see what I'm getting at? She said it verbatim, basically what I said, of, because you're a man, you have to pay. So, how would a relationship work then if a woman was supposed to be in charge of a man? Answer, it doesn't really work ever, with very rare exception. And those, usually the women who are very masculine are usually not straight. They're usually gay. Which is totally fine. I don't really care. It's just something that you need to realize. Because most really effeminate men are gay, and most really masculine women are also gay. So I'll let you draw those distinctions. But again, this is why men should rule. Not because they're better than women, but because the biological dynamics would not work if it worked the other way around. It doesn't work. And for all you men who are, quote, allies, who are ready to flame me in the comment section, don't think I don't see through you. You're siding with the women either A, because you're their gay friend, or B, because you think by fighting against me, you'll be given brownie points, and you might want to cash in those brownie points for some intimacy favors. Let me tell you something, bro. That's not going to happen, because they don't see you as a man. You are not a man, you are a utility. And we all know why you're doing it, because you think that by fighting me in a comment section that you're better than me or equal to me, when in fact you are not. And if you have anything you really want to add to the conversation, I invite you to do it, but I invite you to do it in a logical way, as I have, not just in an emotional BS conversation that nobody wins, everybody just loses time. But my friends, in the meantime, I encourage you to question everything that you heard today. I implore you to stay vigilant, stay informed on all the topics that we discuss, do your own research. If you think that I'm lying, or even if you agree with me, I encourage you to do your own research. Well, my friends, if you like what you heard, you want to add your piece, you can say in the comment section. You can go on over to my X page, at Sheep Gets Sheared. It'll be, I think it'll be in the comment section below. You can check out Biblical Bachelor if you want to know more about why I operate the way I do, why I come from. This is my manual. You're welcome to check it out. My friends, in the meantime, Take care of yourselves, and hopefully I'll see you next time on the channel. Peace.